to the Global Buggers podcast. If you are interested in buying the new iPhone 16, all you have to do is buy yourself a Samsung Galaxy 10 and you'll have all the same features. Vincel, how are you doing today?
I am doing pretty well. Can't complain too much. Hasn't been a heavy start to the week. So, yeah. And yourself, how are you doing?
Pretty good. I've got a good story to tell you.
Ooh, I love a good story.
First thing we need to do is make sure that everyone listening hits the subscribe button, leave a like right now, and we will get into the story. So, if you remember last week, I told you about the awards I was going to on Friday.
Yes.
Okay, it's called the Digital Media Awards, hosted in Ireland. A bunch of agencies come together, or they apply to be in the awards. So an award, and if they are chosen, if their results show that they can be chosen, they get invited. Now, most of the awards are won by the people who sponsor the event. So, like, if they sponsor an award, it's most likely that they're going to win that award, or at least come second. Anyway, so my story is about this evening, essentially. We went to the Friday last week, 12 o'clock. I got on the train. I 2 hours to Dublin. Got off the train, got on the tram, which they call the Lewis, and I rode the Lewis 2 stops, got off, got into a second one because it was going a different direction. So
Okay.
there's a red line which goes from the point to I don't know where, and then there's a green line which like intersects that and goes the other way. So I had to hop off and change. Eventually, at 3:30, I managed to get to the hotel that I was staying at. Okay, so that's essentially how long is that? 3.5 hours of traveling
Oh, nice.
just to get to the hotel. And then once I was at the hotel, did some more work, eventually went and got dressed. Then everyone rocked up for the awards. Went down, met a bunch of the guys for the first time because I work remotely. So a lot of the work was, a lot of the time we don't see each other except on Slack. So it was the first time for me actually meeting everyone, which was quite interesting. My bosses were a lot taller than I was expecting, well over 6 foot. So I was looking up at them like this, shaking
Oh,
their hand. It
wow.
was
Okay.
crazy. But yeah, it was a good meeting. Everyone was dressed up, wearing tuxedos. Everyone looked good. The awards were supposed to start at 6. Okay, they said,
Okay.
guys, there's a drinks table here, which was like a tasting thing where there was a company promoting their new tequila. So they were doing different kinds of tequilas,
Another tequila.
and it was free to taste. I had about 6 of those. It was quite nice. It was coconut flavored tequila, which was very interesting.
Okay.
So yeah, had a couple of those. They had some champagne. Everyone was essentially just standing around for a bit. Then at 7:30, they said, "Okay, you can come into the venue now. We're ready." So an hour and a half late. We go
Right.
in. We sit through a couple of awards. They bring the first course out, which was the starter, which was 2 balls of mozzarella. It had some like garnish on top to make it look fancy, but it was literally just 2 balls of cheese. Then they did another couple of awards. We ended up winning a bronze, so coming third for I can't remember what it was. It was something to do with like technology in advertising, something that we had is it applied? I don't know.
Yep.
Submitted for. Anyway, so yeah, we came third. Everyone was excited, really happy. We didn't end up winning the next two categories that we were in. Then we had the main course. The main course was steak with a square potato, a cube
A square
potato.
potato.
It was
Think
a
of the
cube.
wastage. All that waste, you got to cut off all that to make it a cube.
I know, it was crazy.
People going hungry in Ethiopia, damn it.
The steak was. They had to do a lot. There was probably like 500 people there, and they had to cook steak for every single one of them. So it wasn't a lot of attention put into it. It was like put all the steaks on, take them all off at the same time. So yeah, had that. Then we had a couple more awards, and then we had the dessert, which was a very odd choice. It was like a strawberry sorbet kind of thing on like a cheesecake, like a ball, like a wheel of cheesecake.
Okay.
It's a very odd like flavor to give everyone.
So with the sorbet on top of.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, so not on the side. Oh,
So
okay.
it was cheesecake covered in strawberry fondant with strawberry sorbet on top.
Okay.
Okay, and it was so think about that as you got to give this to everyone.
I mean, I would have liked it.
I liked it, but a lot of people didn't. A lot of people said, "Oh, I'm not a fan of this. It's too sweet or something." So
But yeah, that's cheesecake though. You either like it or you don't.
yeah. Then we got to the final awards, which was the small agency of the year, which was our category, and then the final one was agency of the year. So that's for the bigger agencies. Small agency of the year. There were 10 people entered. They read out third place, wasn't us. We're like, damn. Read out second place, wasn't us. We're like, oh, we're still in it. They haven't read out our name. I mean, there's still a chance. Then they read out, and our gold winners, Strike Digital, and that's us. And then our table just went crazy. Everyone stood up and jumped around because we weren't expecting it. We didn't sponsor anything. All we did was submit our results, and yeah, everyone went crazy. And then we went up, collected our award. The two owners, they did like a speech kind of thing. The guy basically just asked them a bunch of questions. We did some photos. We got the award. We went, sat back down. Then they announced the agency of the year, and it was this other agency that I did an interview with previously. Wouldn't want to work there though. It's they're too focused on their awards. Like as you walk into their building, it's just their awards, and then everyone is sitting quietly behind them, and it didn't feel like there was any culture. But that's besides the point. They won best agency, but we won best small agency, and we're like the newcomers. So we were like the newest team there, newest company there. So yeah, that was really fun. Then everyone got on stage. All the winners, whoever won anything, got on stage and did like a team photo. So I went into the front of the stage. I pushed my way in front, and I hold one award here and one award here, and I hold them up like this in front of everyone. And then they took photos like that.
You're there forever now.
Yeah, that's me forever, and I'm on all the Instagrams and everything. I took another one where I held it like this and I saluted, and I kept a straight face. So yeah, I pretty much took over the camera.
Yeah, definitely.
Even though I'd had a lot to eat at that point. Then I lost my train of thought.
Posing trophies.
Yes, posing for yes. Okay, then we went and we were going to sit back down, but then we said, okay, cool, let's go. The awards is over now. So we were going to go out, and we were meeting one person who was supposed to be at the awards couldn't make it. went to the after party afterwards, and the after party was at like the the event coordinators had pre-booked that place, right?
Okay.
So everyone essentially went there. We got there and it was crazy packed. Like it was the smallest club. I think it was a club slash pub situation. And this was around 11 o'clock. And it was so packed. There were so many people like dancing like this. But this is where things get interesting. So
Oh,
now we're all
okay.
there. We're all there on the dance floor, and
I'm leaning in. I'm listening.
we're on the dance floor. Everyone is like walking, but everyone seems like this. It's a good vibe. It's good music. People are dancing. Then a group of people walk in. Okay, like I was standing, like the door is over here, and I was standing where I could see the door, like it was quite close. Okay, and then like the DJ was up at the top there. So I'm standing and I see this group of people walk in, and they stand at the bar, but they're not as happy as everyone else. Like you can just get that
Ooh.
vibe. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
The girl that walked in, she had like a mini skirt, like typical. I want to say Geordie Shore, big eyelashes, lips puffed up. You know that typical
I'm seeing it. Spray tan. Was it spray
spray tan.
tan?
She was orange.
Oh.
She was orange. Yes.
Oh
Uh,
dear.
and this, yeah. Eventually, we hear shouting like over the music, so we look. Okay, and this guy was like with his hands, he was holding back two girls that were both trying to push him and fight with him. Okay, so then he pushed the one girl away, and this girl, the one with the eyelashes, she smacked him, and he was like, "Oh, really?" Bang, smacked her back.
Oh, shit.
It gets worse. So now, because he smacked her, like 3 or 4 guys had jumped in, okay, but she was still in his face like this because it didn't really do much. She got slapped and she went straight back. So he's still got her gripped like this. She picks up a glass, like a
Oh
beer
no.
glass, not a thin one, like a proper beer glass, and she goes bang and whacks him on the head. Nothing happens. So she does it again, bang, shatters all over. He didn't even flinch. He's holding her like this, bang, bang, and he just carried on. And he pushed her away, and then the bouncer came in, and 2 other guys that were her friends, or I don't know, started shouting at him and trying to punch him. Okay, so this like now he's bleeding, but first of all, didn't even flinch, which is crazy. Like a full beer glass shattered on his head. So my boss jumps in to try and break the fight up.
Oh dear.
Okay, like he was already there trying to like pull him back. And then the glass broke and everyone jumped in. Then I went and grabbed my boss and I was like, no, 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 this isn't your fight. Don't get involved. The bouncers came and eventually dragged him outside. So we were like, okay, that's crazy. We got to go somewhere else. So we ended up meeting the other people because some people had split up. We met them outside and we were talking and then we were deciding where to go. And then when we were walking away, these two, like the guy and the girl, were standing by the light pole, just like talking to each other, because obviously they're like dating or whatever. Okay, and they were like, things started getting rowdy. Like she
Yeah.
started raising. Look, when we were walking past, she started raising her voice a bit. He started shouting at her. So we all stopped and turned around to look at what's going on. And then he looks at us and he's like, "What are you looking at?" So she backs him up and says, "Yeah, what are you guys looking at? Is there something wrong?" And they start like having a go at us. So we were just like, "No, just leave them," and we just walked off. But how how mental must that relationship be? Because I'm thinking that must be the relationship that they're in. She
Um,
smashed the glass over his head. I don't know
and
what he
he's
did. Maybe he like speculation, of course. Maybe he grabbed the other girl inappropriately, right? and
Were they
this is his
wearing
girlfriend.
were they wearing similar clothing?
No, no,
Maybe
no.
same color hair. I'm trying to figure out how he could have accidentally grabbed someone else. Trying to make it plausible.
Yeah, I don't know.
But then
He
that's still the most bizarre relationship dynamic I've ever heard. You go to the bar, two women are fighting with you. The one is yours, supposedly. The one that's yours then smashes you over the head with a glass, and then you're fighting outside, and then you start wanting to fight together with
together
another
against.
group.
All I
I'd
think is
love
that it's not. It's obviously a common occurrence. It obviously happens quite often.
Joe. I want to be a fly on the wall in their bedroom when they like just a day in their life.
Oh, it was
That's
crazy.
proper Geordie Shore movie.
It
Like,
felt like old Ronnie and what was her name from Jersey Shore. How they used to fight all the time.
but then
Yeah,
somehow are still back
Sam.
together again.
Yeah, that's it. It felt like that. It was crazy. And
Are you
so
sure there
anyway,
weren't cameras? Are you sure you weren't in an episode?
yeah. Then we went off. We went off to another club called the Camden, which was it looked like it was quite cool. But club scenes nowadays are not what they used to be. Like people are not vibing how they used to be. It's I don't know. It didn't feel. It did like the music wasn't right. It didn't feel right. Anyway, eventually we got dancing on the dance floor, and the music cuts out, and the fire alarm starts going. Okay. But it
Okay.
sounded odd. Like, I don't know if you've ever heard a fire alarm that's been going off for too long and it's starting to
No.
like die down. Okay.
No,
So
I
it's
can't say I have.
like a
I gotta
normal
say
fire alarm.
places.
A normal fire alarm just goes like really high pitched, but now imagine that just like one octave lower. Okay. I thought the DJ was playing it on the CDJ. Like I thought he had pressed play on the sound that and he was waiting for people to like build up to the song because he then started playing Shorty's Fire Burning on the Dance Floor by
Oh,
Sean Kingston.
Sean Kingston. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. He started playing that and I was like, okay, I see what he's doing and it's still going. So and then he switched to another song and I was like, okay, can we cut the sound out? So eventually we moved somewhere else where we couldn't hear it as bad. And yeah, they were saying, no, that's the fire alarm. That so I was like, oh, I thought the DJ was just terrible. But yeah, we were. I was very proud of myself because I actually handled my drink quite well.
Look at you
The
growing up.
I know because we all drank at the same time. So I spent a total of €3.50 on the Friday, and that was to buy a
Okay.
Monster. And I had a night out where, so we had essentially all those tequilas in the beginning. It was like a tequila mixer, so it like had other stuff.
Okay.
Champagne, there was some wine. Then when we went out, there was Guinness. I got I got 3 or 4 Spice Gold Cokes. They kept buying tequila, which was annoying. They're like, yeah, this is for winning. Yeah, this is for winning. Eventually, after all of it, we got home at like 3 o'clock. And by home, I mean the hotel. I was up at 6:30. I had a shower. The guy I was sharing a room with, he was still asleep. I said, hey, do you want to go get breakfast? He's like, yeah, sure, I'll come now. I went and had breakfast by myself. Came back up. No, sorry, I didn't go up straight away. I went for a walk. So the hotel was in like one of the rich areas in Dublin. So I
Okay.
went for a walk around like really, really wealthy houses. One of the house had bodyguards outside the front. Like there were 3 bodyguards in suits, and there were like black SUVs parked in the driveway. So I was like, okay, cool. I'm in a rich neighborhood, yeah. So I went for a walk for about, I would say, 40 minutes or so. It was like a round trip. I got back, went upstairs, still sleeping. So it was about 9 o'clock at this point. So I had to leave at 10 to get back to my train. So I was like, okay, well, I got an hour. What do I do now? So I packed my bag and everything, and I sat on my phone and I watched TikTok for a bit. And I was like, okay, well, I haven't really got anything else to do, so I'll just take a slow walk to the train. So I left at about 9:45. Okay. Um, and I had to walk, do that whole trip back to the train station, get to the train station, get on my train. They tell me, oh no, the train is stopping an hour away from your destination. It's not going any closer because they're working on the lines because it was a Saturday. So I was like, oh, great. And luckily I was feeling fine. I was 100% fine. I wasn't feeling like hungover or anything. And I think it's because I woke up early, had a shower, and I ate straight away. So like beat the hangover.
Isn't that what people drink tequila? I thought that's the whole reason, was to avoid hangovers. So maybe that's why.
We spoke about that in our last session. You can watch over there. I think it's above your head. Yeah. I felt great. Then got on the train, drove. Well, the train went for an hour and a half, stopped. I had to get off, get on a bus. The bus then took me to my final destination, where Justine picked me up and took me straight to a kid's birthday party. So Friday/Saturday was very busy, very interesting. Your typical night out, see a guy get a glass smashed over his head, nothing too strange. Dance to a fire alarm.
It makes me reminisce about my days when I was jawling in Pretoria while you guys were all still in Durban. It was kind of the common occurrence.
Well, we were jawling too,
No, this is true, but it doesn't matter. I wasn't there, so it doesn't count.
But yeah, on Monday, everyone was saying how their weekend was a complete write-off. They were all broken, and they were like, most of them were like, I wouldn't say falling over. No one lost themselves terribly, but like everyone was like stumbling and stuff, and I was fine. Like I even felt fine when I got back to the hotel. I was like, I don't know what I did tonight, but I was 100% not drunk. I could have driven home.
You were having coconut water without the tequila. They were skimping on the tequila.
Yeah, maybe they took it out without me knowing. But yeah, no, it was good. And then so my weekend was pretty good.
No, man, I'm pretty jealous. My weekend consisted of nothing other than changing nappies. The usual.
I haven't changed nappies in a while, so no.
I assume you don't plan on changing nappies anytime soon or ever again.
Yeah, well, no, I won't talk about it on the podcast.
No, but yeah, so I'm jealous. I had a pretty mundane weekend. Work prep was, nothing fun and exciting on my side. Just a typical broke dad.
Oh, well, yeah, I've been there. You know what's worse? And I'll tell you, this is 100 times worse. Broke dad on the weekend, changing nappies, your friends pressuring you, come out, come do this. Can you do this with us this weekend?
Oh, shame.
Yeah.
At least we try to keep
you have that sense of FOMO, but you also, it's like, I need to be responsible. I need to be a responsible parent. Yeah. But anyway, we'll get our time back one day when we're rich and having a holiday in Greece, kids playing together,
Paid for by YouTube.
Yeah, exactly, by this channel. As long as we do a podcast there, it can be a complete write-off.
Yeah, a tax write-off. Sounds like a plan. On the beach even.
Yeah.
But you speak about having been on your phone so much. Are you an Android or an iPhone guy?
We both know this.
Android.
I would say Android, yeah. I had an iPhone for a while. I had an iPhone 6S, no,
Ooh,
yeah, 6S Pro or whatever that's the 6 top range, whatever that one was. The one that still had the
I,
button.
I remember those days. You thought you were the bee's knees.
Yeah, because I had an
You
iPhone,
thought
and then
you thought
I
you were the
bought
shit.
a I bought a Huawei after that, and it was better than the iPhone. And I was like, yeah.
So I'm sure you must have seen then that they just. Well, have they fully released it, or was it still just the whispers of the new 16 Pro and 16 Standard?
Yeah, no, it was the release party that they do every September.
Oh, okay. So it
Yeah,
was
so it's not out yet. It's yeah,
the hints of what's coming.
exactly like this is our new phone. Everyone must get hyped, and then they show you a Galaxy Note 10.
Because I've been seeing a lot about it where people have been saying how now the standard. Well, if we just talk about the iPhones for a minute, how the standard model is actually so close to the Pro model now that the only real difference is that they still putting in a 60 hertz screen in the standard because the Pro has the 120. Even though
Okay.
every other phone you get now has a 120 refresh rate. I mean, my middle of the range Redmi, I say middle of the range, I can probably buy 5 Redmis for the price of one iPhone, but it's got a 120 hertz refresh rate. I mean, come on, iPhone, what's going on? Did you have to stoop that low to ensure people buy your Pro version? That you have to make the standard one have the cocky screen that's been around for a million years?
And
Boggles my mind.
they also announced the new Apple Watch, and it irritated me because the first thing they said is, "Oh, the screen is 30% bigger." Like, we don't want a bigger screen on a watch, please. I can tell you this is the progression. It's once the Apple Watch gets expensive enough, they're going to start selling it as like its own product, where you'll be able to just have the watch
An
as a
eSIM,
plan.
yeah, an eSIM just in the watch.
Exactly.
No longer need. Actually, so on that, did you even see that they have made a case for the watch, which turns it into like a retro um, iPod, like the old school iPods you used to listen to music on.
As a
There's
watch,
now a
though,
case.
or do you put it in the
So you take
case?
the watch straps off. So you just got your watch per se, and you slip it into this case, which in essence turns it into like a retro iPod Nano with the actual little dial that you can use that somehow moves the watch's
Right.
dial, so you can still scroll and volume up, volume down. I'm like, so that goes exactly to your point of how phones are now going to be obsolete, and it's just going to be the Apple Watch.
Apple's definitely going to do that. Apple Watch, Apple Vision Pro. That's it. That's what you're going to need.
I mean, I've seen.
But they have fallen behind with their phones. Like the latest release from Huawei and Techno or something, it's a new brand, is the folding phone. It's so it's got 3 pieces. Okay.
Three.
This folds. So from the top, this folds over and this folds down. So then you have one screen like a normal phone, but then you can open it up into like a full landscape tablet. Huawei's
Oh
just
my
released
word!
that now. And it's thinner than the iPad when you open it up.
I'm not gonna
Our phone is crying right now.
do they? I don't know if it's their strategy that they're trying to play like extra safe, because that's kind of what it feels like. Because they've had what are we gonna say, since the 11. I think the 11 probably still a bestseller. I mean, Mamas was just last year got a new contract, but with an 11, just because it's the only one you can afford. Because otherwise, you're paying 1,500 rand a month for a phone. Because an iPhone 15 Pro costs something like 32,000 rand, or if not more, could be 35,000
Sure.
rand. People buy cars for less than that. Okay, it's a pretty shit car, but like for this little thing, that costs more than my laptop, and it's a gaming laptop. Nah, people are crazy. Android all the way.
Well, yeah, they've released the latest feature in the iPhone 16 is that you can move the apps around and you can put the apps into dark mode, which you could do in 2010 on a Samsung.
It is actually mind blowing how they are so far
And
behind.
but they show it off as if it's like this amazing thing. Like, look at this! Oh my word, you can move the apps around. Yes, we know you can do that.
It's
They've got a
because
button for the camera. Whoa!
it is it is because, and I maintain it now, they have this is one of the few times I believe in people that wear tinfoil hats.
Okay.
Is because the iPhone strategy is their brainwashing. They've had people brainwashed since whenever the iPhone 6, because that's kind of when they started getting decent, till about the 11, 12, and then they kind of just became the same phone every single year. So what I'm saying is I maintain that it's their marketing that has brainwashed people into believing and only ever seeing and hearing anything about iPhone. That's why you have to pay for everything, because it doesn't allow you to see ads for other things, because they're in control of all of it. So they don't let you see all the fun stuff unless one of your friends has one and you go pick up their Samsung and play with it. Otherwise, I know, tinfoil hat time. iPhones brainwash their people.
I get it that they do have a good ecosystem that works well together. Okay. So the for example, you could put your iPhone on top of your laptop and it will automatically give you a top down view of what you're doing, which is crazy in terms of technology. But outside of that, it's got no compatibility with anything else. And you're right, it keeps you have to buy Apple. If you have an iPhone, you have to buy an Apple Watch because you can't get something else because it won't work with your phone.
Yeah, or it does, but very, very poorly.
Limited,
Because,
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. It's
no, but it's easy to make an ecosystem that works well when you have three products.
true. But they're bringing out more. They're bringing out more. They got the the tablet, the pen, the goggles.
A
That's about it.
laptop and a phone.
Oh yeah, but we're already talking about that.
Well, we're going to list everything. So, what,
Yeah.
that's 5 products.
Yeah.
Now
Whereas you
imagine
got
Android.
Samsung who does do they
Well,
do
Samsung makes
guns?
this. Yeah, they do guns. They do
Is it them or is it
home appliance. No, no,
Motorola?
it's no, no.
Motorola makes tanks.
Yes,
I don't know. Talking out my ass here.
Samsung make parts for everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
So probably
Washing
parts in
machines.
tanks. It's probably Samsung chips and processors and screens. Because I mean, Samsung makes most of the screens for pretty much all the brands anyway. Hell, iPhone was using Samsung parts for the longest time. It's only now recently that they've started trying to step away from that after everyone was just like, oh, but, well, once everyone found out that, oh, wait, this proudly American, designed in America, manufactured in China and Malaysia. What?
Yeah.
Because I mean, that used to be the big selling point for iPhone, at least in the Americas, was that it was a proudly American spirit,
Do you know what
manufactured
shocked me?
locally. What?
I found out recently that DJI is Chinese.
What did you think it was?
I thought it was like German or something. I I legit for the longest time until I bought one. I was like, I thought it was like a German company that got really big. Um, but then I bought it and it's everything's in Chinese. And I was like, why? And then it says made in China. I was like,
It makes sense now.
yeah. But it's crazy because they're the best drone manufacturers that there is. But you can go on Timu or Temu and buy one for like $1 and it's just going to be two wires connected to a motor. So it's like top of the range and the absolute bottom.
Oh, gotta love Timu, don't you? Like, it is astounding what they can get away with.
Yeah.
And I mean, what are you gonna do? You return it to get your £5 back?
No, you don't return it. If it doesn't work, you recycle it. That's it.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't tried any Timu returns, but I know Shein's actually not too bad, especially on their clothing.
You
We've had
return
a
Sheen
couple.
stuff.
Yeah, well, I say me, the girls, when they get dresses and stuff that aren't quite what the pictures portrayed.
It's
It was actually
never going
pretty.
to be. Those
And
pictures are
sometimes,
not. Those pictures are not taken with the actual clothes. Those pictures
sometimes,
are generated.
sometimes the clothes come and they look good, but there's a large percentage when it doesn't. It looks
I think
terrible.
more women's clothes is probably
Well, yeah,
doesn't arrive how it looks.
no, for sure.
Yeah.
Because it's
Because
mostly the dresses and
men,
stuff.
how
And
can you mess up a shirt?
no, this is very true. I mean, burn the factory down with the children in it if they're messing up shirts. I mean, come on. Those children are working hard enough.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Yeah, I heard they're
There's
slacking
proof.
off.
There's proof. No, I think they're slacking off.
Yeah, they
At
need to
least on
work
the
harder.
dresses. At least on the dresses, because the dresses, yo, there were some that were terrible. But
Yeah,
Sheen, that phone that she phoned or did the application, they phoned to pick up the stuff, picked it up. She had a credit to her Sheen account same day. I was actually quite impressed with that. I mean, Takealot doesn't do that well, and that's a
someone picked
local
it up,
company. Yeah, someone came and picked up the package. So
bro.
they put it was like they bought like 10 items or something, and 4 of them weren't good at all. Like nothing like they were in the picture. Courier company that works in partnership with Shein came, picked it up. Within, I call it 24 hours, she had a credit to her account. And that blew my mind. I was like, how the hell has Shein, a Chinese based brand and company, got this so right? But Takealot, which is a South African company, can't get it right.
Well, that's obvious, isn't it?
Takealot, pay your employees.
Yeah. No. Look, China is doing a lot to take over the world, but they're doing it in a way where they make people happy. They want to help people, give things. So say, support us, and we can give you more things. Don't know
Yeah.
how true it is if once they do take over. But I mean, from their benefit, helping people brings more money into their pockets. So it's probably the right way to go around about it. And maybe they should have taken over before America. We might have been in a completely different world. We might have been in a Jetsons world. But yeah, unfortunately, we are where we are now. Or fortunately, depending on how you want to look at it. Speaking
I
of
mean,
another world, they just announced, I think it was this past weekend, a new Dragon Ball Z game
another one.
called Sparking Zero, and apparently it's got the
I need to
Dragon
look that
Ball
up.
Super characters, and it's like really good as well. I don't know if you ever played Dragon Ball Z on PS2.
I did. That was legendary.
That was probably one of the best games. Now imagine that on PS5.
Oh, there it is. Oh, wow. That.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't imagine. So,
So you can play as
but then do
Beerus,
you think it'd
and
be better on PS5? Oh, Lord, what's happened to me? Why am I so bright?
you're all blown out. There we go.
Okay, now I'm green. Much over much.
Um,
If I look, is
so
it
I'm
going to
really
do it
excited
again?
because that you can play. Well, you can play as Beerus, Broly, all of the Super Saiyan evolutions. So
Oh, screw
even
the
Super
Super
Saiyan Blue.
Saiyans. I want to be Jiren.
Yeah. Or you can play as Hit as well.
Ooh, that would be cool. Time skip was OP. Can't
Yeah.
believe it. But then, what do you think is going to be about a bit about? Because I really have been contemplating it for a long time. So I've got my laptop. When I bought it because I can play on it because I like my gaming.
Yeah.
But I needed something to work with, and I thought, let me kill two birds with one stone. But now it's something more like only I can play because mouse and keyboard playing games is very individual.
Right.
It's not. It's not something you share. Where console is a lot more fun in that aspect. Where
Depending on what game you have, yes.
depending on the game, but then you can have a lot more games on it,
Tell me
and not
something. Is Before you carry on, is Call of Duty multiplayer still? Like, can you still play split screen, or is that no longer a thing?
no. That's no longer a thing. You got to play online.
Damn. Okay, carry on.
At least from what I've seen. So yeah, no, that's an example of. So I play Call of Duty and I play Apex on my laptop. Fun and all. I've never bought either. So all the Call of Duty I play is the free Warzone. I don't
Right.
buy the games because the games cost like 1,500 rand, and then every couple months they bring out a new one. So I'm like, nah, bugger that. I'll play the free version, which is cool. It's a lot of fun still, but it's not the same when you can do the split screen. Even because I mean I know me and my brother used to play split screen multiplayer online, and then obviously you'd be on the same team. So me and him would absolutely destroy because we'd be sitting next to each other. We could see each other's screens and see what's happening, and it used to be a jam. And now it's kind of taken it away. But then that now leads me to thinking. So wanting to get or thinking about maybe in Christmas when I get the Christmas bonus. Hopefully, if I reach my targets, I'm gonna do it and waste it all on a console. Whether I should go with like a PS5 because I've always been a PlayStation fanboy.
I prefer PlayStation to Xbox.
Yeah. So then that's the other thing is there's the Xbox X, which is the direct PS5 competitor, or do I save the money and pay pretty much half price and get the S? Because it's not like I have an 8K TV. I mean, I've got a 10-year-old. Okay, I think it is an LCD, but it's old. I'm not really gonna get the full bang of for the PS5's buck, if you know what I mean. So do I save a bunch of money and get something like the Series S? Because I mean it's slightly less graphics, only 1080p instead of 4K.
But if you're playing in your house, it doesn't matter, really.
No, exactly. Save some
So,
money, buy an
okay.
extra remote.
Yeah, there's that. My feeling on it is they just announced the new PlayStation 5 Elite.
Oh,
So I think the PS5's cost is going to come down. So
that would
wait for
make it a
that.
lot more appealing.
Wait for that. But I would say Xbox S is probably your best bet because you're not a full time gamer. So it's not like you
Nah.
need a huge console.
And I want to get the silly games that don't need 4K anyway, that we can all play. That me and Rachel can sit instead of watching TV board, we can play some silly co-op game. And I'm pretty sure those don't need a 4K resolution to have fun. So, so yeah, to me, because I mean, in SA, both the Xbox and the PS5 well, the Xbox X and the PS5 are at like the 12,000-13,000 rand,
Okay.
where the Xbox Series S, is only 6,000 rand. So quite literally half price.
300 euros. That seems about right.
And that's for the S.
Yeah. 600 euros for the other one.
Yeah, so call it half price. But you're not quite
I
getting
saw a
half the
PlayStation 5
performance.
for €4.99.
€499.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
that's a bargain.
10,000. Maybe it was on sale.
Could be.
Yeah,
But
because
that's a
I
good
mean
price.
that'd be interesting. I've got a TV here. I've got space to set up a console underneath, and I can play. I would never get any work done. But yeah, no, I don't want to. I know how addictive gaming can be, so it's not something I want to throw myself in until I'm in a position where I feel comfortable with it. Because at the moment, I'm trying to make my new job work. You know, I'm trying to show that I'm capable to be in the position. Trying to get YouTube up and running, trying to get the podcast going, trying to also stay fit and healthy, also be a father on top of all of that. So I wanted to just sort my life out before I end up doing that. And I have spoken to
Well,
Justine, and she is the one that actually told me, look at all these other things you have going on. When are you going to game? So, very good point by her.
that's when you're going to pull the excuse. No, but it'll keep the kids busy.
No, we definitely don't want that. Yeah. Although getting them into esports might be a good idea. But
I mean, they say some of the ages, like the optimal ages for esports is from like the 16 to 21. Ooh, my camera
okay.
just freaked out
Some of
there.
the optimal ages for outdoor real sports is 4. You got to start at 4 years old.
That sounds like go-karting. All the
Yeah.
F1 drivers seem to have been karting since they were like 6,
Yeah.
since
No,
they were
you
big enough to
literally,
fit.
there's only a few of them that haven't. So Lance Stroll, he only started when he was like 11, 12. And he's only in F1 because his dad pays for him.
Yeah, his dad owns a company.
Carlos Sainz only started when he was 13. So he was a late starter. Also a rich father, so got him further. Lewis
Well, I
started
mean,
at
driving
8.
elite father.
Yeah. Lewis started at 8. So that was quite early. Max started at 3. His father was in Formula One. So,
Yeah, kind of explains itself there.
yeah. But also, like gymnastics, you've got to start really early. Swimming, you got to start really early. So there's a lot of sports where if you want to be one of the best,
Yeah, specialized, very specialized sports like swimming and
yeah.
gymnastics, especially.
But with most things, I suppose, like piano, singing, Beyonce apparently had a vocal coach living with her from like 7 years old.
That's kind of creepy.
Yeah,
Not gonna lie.
that's. I mean, what about the Williams sisters, tennis? Their
Oh,
father, he pushed them like no one else. So you've got to start
what's
early.
what's what's your excuse, Terence? You started too late.
Well, I don't know. Emmett's in go karting already, so he's got a go kart, and he's good. He's fearless, which I suppose is a good starting point. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. The problem is it's expensive, man. Like when you get
How
into
often do you go
like
through tires?
he's young, so not often. But legit, when you start getting up to Formula 4, Formula Renault, and the one just below that, okay, still go karts. You haven't moved up yet. You most likely don't have sponsors, but you're still trying to get points. You're still trying to get noticed. It costs about €1 million for that for a year. And that's in parts, transportation, the fees
Accommodation
for
for
joining, accommodation,
yeah.
everything comes to about $1 million in the year. So yes, obviously you can reach out to a sponsor, but a lot of them don't have sponsors at that time. So
Well, yeah,
that's
your
why that's where
sponsor's
the
only going to
wealth
pay.
that's where the wealth gap kicks in, because it's like you can be extremely good, but you can't afford it. So like Lewis Hamilton, his dad was working 2 jobs just to afford the go-kart, right? But he was so good that he was able to get sponsors, and he got picked up by McLaren early on, I think like 13. And when you do that, you don't need to pay for anything anymore.
Yeah, no, they take care of it from
Yeah,
there.
exactly. Yeah. So I've done a lot of speaking today. Okay. So I'm going to take a rest from it. No. Okay. No, seriously. Dad jokes. Did you manage to find some?
Oh, hopefully we haven't found the same ones.
I don't think so. I dug deep for mine.
Okay,
I have
good. So we'll
got.
see what
I've got
the
10.
deep.
I've got 10. How many do you have?
More than 10.
Okay, we'll go with 10. It's a try not to laugh. Okay. So
Ooh, it's
you go
amazing.
first. Tell me a dad joke, and if I laugh, you get a point. Okay. And then whoever
Are you
wins,
going to keep score? Or must I
I'll
keep
keep
score?
score. I'll keep
Okay.
score. Whoever
Don't cheat.
wins at the end of this gets the entire revenue from this video.
Deal.
Okay. Okay,
Okay.
cool. Wait. Let me get my face on. My straight face.
That's a battle. I keep a straight face this time of night. I'll probably laugh at. I don't get a point. You don't get points if I laugh at my own jokes, hey?
No.
I'm just clarifying the ground rules.
Yeah. Okay. I'm already laughing. Okay, go.
So obviously I had to go with this one first, but I went to the aquarium this weekend. I didn't stay very long though. There was something fishy about the place. Okay.
That's a
Are
tough
you
one.
going?
I'm going. Okay.
Okay.
Did you hear about the 2 rowboats that got into an argument?
No.
It was an ordeal. It was an ordeal. Okay, go. Start off flat. Right. Next.
Oh, this is another great one. What do you call a sheep who can sing and dance? Lady Papa. You laughed at that one. I get that one.
Okay, you got one.
Yay.
That was so dumb.
It's always the dumb ones.
Right. What did the beach say when the tide came in? Long time no see. Yes. That wasn't even a laugh, Vincel.
I thought you were going to say something like hard hard.
That's a good one.
You
That's
can
not a dad
submit it.
joke. Right,
Oh,
next.
sorry, was that too good? What? Is that a dad thing? I'm going to double check. What does it say? I don't have my glasses on. Hold on. Wait a second. I'm ready.
You got to push it up with the middle finger.
Blur that. Who won the neck decorating contest? It was a tar. That was so bad.
Nope.
That was a dad joke.
Fensel, there's only two things I don't eat for breakfast. There's only two things I don't eat for breakfast. It's lunch and
Yeah.
dinner. Oh, okay. I'm gonna pick it up here because these are getting.
That was a dad. That was a dad joke. It wasn't a good one, but it was a dad joke. Oh, here's a bit of a longer one. Okay. Excuse the reading, but like I said, a bit of a longer one. And it's painful. I once submitted 10 puns to a joke competition. I really thought with that money one was sure to be a winner. Sadly, no pun intended.
No. I'll tell you why. I've heard that before.
Oh, damn it.
So currently we're all tied up.
That, one apiece.
Yep. Okay. When is a car not a car?
Don't know.
When it turns into a parking lot.
What does it become then?
It turns into a parking lot.
But it's still a car.
No, it's a parking lot. It turned into a parking lot. How do you not get this?
When is a car not a car?
When it turns into a parking
into a
lot.
parking lot.
When it turns into a tree. When it turns into oncoming traffic.
No.
Not the last one.
No.
Like it becomes the parking lot. It turns into a parking lot.
No.
Okay. Over your head.
Maybe that's
advanced
high
for you.
grade.
Too advanced for you.
Maybe
Right.
that's high grade.
Right.
Here's a dad introduction. Hi, I'm Cliff. Drop over sometime.
Nope. Nope. Sorry. This one's going to get you.
Oh, okay. I'm ready.
Did you hear about the kidnapping at the school the other day?
No, I didn't.
Don't worry. They woke him up. Yes.
Oh, dearie me. Oh, I'm super bright again. I need to do some better lighting. Maybe if I put it further away.
Two, 1.
Okay. Things we talked about Samsung earlier. What do you call the security guards for Samsung?
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, shut up, man. You don't have that one, do you?
No.
Bastard.
What's the best way to catch a fish?
In the water.
Ask someone to throw it to you.
No.
No. Okay.
No.
Damn. We are falling out here. I'm sure the viewers at home are laughing. The viewers at home who are still here, they're definitely laughing.
Rate our jokes 1 to 10. Where's one that's a little bit funny? Ooh. It's a bit of a philosophical one here, but I stayed up all night wondering where the sun went. And then it dawned on me.
Your delivery of that line was just too good. Oh, I was waiting for what the answer was going to be. Okay, I'm picking it up a notch from here.
Okay.
I got. I'm waiting for you to look at me. Look me in the eyes.
But I'm not so bloody white. God damn.
I got mugged by 6 dwarves last night. Not happy.
Okay. Oh wait, no, that one. Oh, okay.
Okay.
I see now. That almost. I caught it just as it was coming around the back. I caught it. Okay. Why did the egg get the day off? Because it was Friday.
You got to try harder than that. Right. Listen, Vincel. I have 2 unwritten rules.
Okay.
1 and 2. I even use props.
That's why I'm not laughing, because you set that up way hard.
Okay, I've only got 2 left. So I've got to try and pick it up here.
Okay. Let's see. This is a dry ass dad joke. I found a book, and the title was "How to Solve 50% of Your Problems." I bought 2.
Very clever.
Thoughts of 2.
Business minded.
50
Tell
and
me,
50 must
Vincel.
make 100.
Tell me, Vincel. How do you organize a space party?
I don't know.
You plan it. That
wasn't my joke. Ugh, me laughing.
Right, I got 1 left.
Okay, I'm trying to find one to go out with a bang here. Oh dear, that's a horrible one. Okay, so I had to go to the bank today, and while I was there, an old lady asked me to check her balance, so I pushed her over. Yes.
Damn it.
Okay.
Okay, this one's all about the delivery. Right.
No pressure then.
What did the drummer name his 2 daughters?
I don't know.
Anna 1, Anna 2. Damn. Not even a chuckle. I saved that one for last because it's the one that got me. So you won.
I thank myself. Many years in training, watching you be a dad.
Right, Vincel, where can they find you?
Today, they can still find me at Vince_Gordon on Instagram, and pretty much the exact same thing for TikTok. If you want to find a very interesting TikTok page, definitely follow me. And other than that, that's pretty much it. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe. We know you've already subscribed, Yaku, so thank you. But yeah, thank you, Terrence.
Cool. Thank you. See you in the next video.